Bobby Bones Show now.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Oh,
morning.
Fancy.
Before we get started here, I have something I've been dying to ask you guys since you're together. Because I watch all your show, and I watch you guys dance and make out and stuff on stage. This is my question, because you guys, it's so good, but Faith, there's got to be times where you're so irritated with him before a show, and you still got to go out and do the whole love thing, right?
I know, it's torture.
She's irritated with me all the time before the show.
Actually, that's really not true. No, I mean, we have our moments where we may have a little spat, but
Like
it's
right before a show, though, and then you got to go out
Yeah.
and play the part.
Yeah, but the spat is nothing legit. It's just something ridiculous.
I've had a few spats where I thought it was pretty legit. You may not have thought it was legit, but I did. I had a good
Really?
point. Yeah.
And what was that point?
I don't
What is
remember.
the point? See, yeah, that's how legit it was.
But the thing is, even though just like everybody, you're married or you're in a relationship, you're going to have those moments. But when we're under the stage and you sit down or you stand up on that riser and it comes up, and then you feel the energy of the crowd and just the noise and the music starts and the adrenaline starts hitting, and sort of look across at each other, and all that just goes away. It's just we're here to have it's fun at that point.
Since it's a two-person deal, and like in wrestling, they'll talk to each other a little bit and give each other cues.
We wrestle sometimes before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But on stage, are you like, hey, by the way, do this? Like, can you guys give each other like vocal, or even a quarterback to a wide receiver? Like he'll just hit his elbow or something, and like, hey.
Yeah, all the time I get in trouble. Well, I get the, you should be over here.
She complains to me for telling her something on stage. But we do have, on our microphones, we do have a little button that we can, stop, don't throw something at me. We have a button that we can push so it cuts off the front house feed, and we can talk to each other and talk to the band.
At least we
Talk to our
think it
monitors.
does.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
like it's like a dummy mic where you can only talk inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aren't you petrified that it won't? Because what if it accidentally goes over the house? We're talking frequencies that could cross.
Well, sometimes when we because this is the first time we've actually had that little button where we could push and do it, and so the first couple of shows we would forget to push the button, or you'd start talking before you push the button, and you'd let off the button too soon and still talk. So the house heard a few things. I mean, luckily nothing, outrageously bad, but
Hopefully
a
not.
few things.
it's
hopefully
such a
not.
romantic, loving show, and I'm always like, I wonder if they got to a fight right before then.
Nothing serious. I love this mic. It's like making me work out.
You're doing curls? Well, because I say that because like Amy and I, we've been in fights before the show. And then we have to go on and do a show. Not the same kind of show because we're not making out as much. But
We don't
Yeah,
make,
we're not-
You
it's
think
a
we
bit
make
different.
out in the
no.
tour?
But I'm saying,
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like you're dancing. It's very romantic. But we'll get into a fight because we're so close. And just generally, if you're just with someone that much,
Well,
Right.
and as many years as we've been together, there's definitely like office moments where and plus he'll sense like if I'm in a particular mood, we kind of have to. But then sometimes we can't really hide it, and it just goes over the air, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we're
mean-
human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, relationships and friendships, and really close ones are
Yeah.
you're going to have those moments. But the good thing about it is, if you're great friends, and certainly if you're in a relationship and you're married, your first thought isn't always this is going to end our friendship or this is going to end our marriage. When you get into an argument, that's the last thought that you have typically.
Yeah,
So,
definitely not.
Oh,
I love a good fight though. And when I'm
She
in a
does
bad
like to
mood,
fight. Yeah.
I'm not in a bad mood very often. Honestly, I'm not. I'm really not. But when I am, it's like, don't talk to me. Don't press any buttons. I love to press his buttons though. I know exactly where all of them are, and I love to do it sometimes just because it's so much fun to get him riled up.
if you get angry, because I do this, I kind of go into my own ball if I get angry. Faith, that's what you do? Now, if you get angry, Tim, what are you? Are you an outward anger or an inward?
I'm probably outward, but I get over it really quickly. Yeah, but and it takes it's like I don't let it out enough, so when it finally builds up and it goes, it's a like destroy the dressing room kind of mad that I can get sometimes. Yeah.
We feel like we're the radio Tim and Faith. That's what we call ourselves.
Basically.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
I love that.
The rest of our life. Tell me
Yeah.
about that right there.
It's a great song. We loved that song from the second we heard it. We listened to it. It was one of the last songs we recorded for the album.
Well, our album was kind of pretty
Kinda
much
done.
done when
Yeah,
it came in.
And
Yeah.
I remember listening to it in the kitchen and took it back to Faith. She was back in the bedroom and she heard it. And we just fell in love with it and instantly said we got to record that song. And then it became after we recorded it, it became sort of one of the highlights of the album, and the title just fit everything, and it fit the story of the album and sort of the story of our touring life and I guess our life in general.
And that's the new album.
That's the new album.
And that's the single.
That's the single.
And Ed wrote the song.
He's one of the writers on it.
Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran. Did you know that when you got it?
Yes,
well, because
he was. Go ahead.
No, you go, babe.
He was singing it. Yeah, he was singing it when we got it. So you knew it
The
was
demo's got Ed Sheeran on it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was like a rough tape for just a rough, and it was amazing. It was Ed singing it.
Does that make it cooler to you guys? Or does it not matter as much?
It doesn't matter.
No.
It really doesn't matter.
You know, I'm interrupted. You go first. I'm interrupted.
No, there's only one person that I can honestly say that makes us want to cut every single song that she's ever written, and it's Lori McKenna. When you hear one of her songs, a demo from Lori, and sometimes she'll just write a song and sing it, and sing it with a guitar in her kitchen and send it right away. But you want to record every single song because she is so amazing, and her phrasing, the way she phrases her writing and the lyrics of her song with her melody, it's like, oh my gosh, I've never heard it done like that before. Then you try to do it, and it's really hard.
Yeah, it's hard. She has such a charm to her voice when she sings that it's hard to duplicate that. So
she wrote Humble and Kind. Yeah. She wrote Girl Crush.
Yeah, and she wrote 2 songs on the new album, too.
She did?
Yeah, she wrote The Bed We Made and Damn Good at Holding On.
The thing about Lori, too, is she writes a lot. Because she lives in Boston. I know Lori well. So, she lives in Boston, and people travel up to write with her. She comes to town some. But she writes a lot by herself.
Yep.
And like she takes her kids to school.
Yep.
Then she comes home and she writes.
Yeah.
She gets the kids.
Yeah, they have like 5 kids.
5 kids.
Yeah.
They're
most of them are grown.
Yeah, except for the young 2 younger ones. Yeah.
Man, look at you guys. You got the record. You got the special.
Yeah. Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many like takes? I mean, what does that involve? Like if you're shooting that, is that a bunch of shows edited together? I mean, how does that work?
Really, it was let's see, 2 cities
that we filmed the whole show. Yeah.
Together. Yeah, and I think it was opening weekend in wasn't it New Orleans?
No. We did. I think Tulsa was one of the places, and maybe was it L.A. that one of the places that we shot. I can't remember.
A little bit from L.A.
However, there are pieces because we had
No, it was new. Some of it was the first show, wasn't it?
Well, all of it. But that's what I was getting to. Is there are pieces of a lot of the shows because we have videographers out, people shooting the whole time every show. So there's pieces of, but the main sort of the beauty shots and big real cameras and stuff were over 2 shows.
Yeah.
So we got the new record, we got the Showtime special, we got the marriage. I mean,
so much.
The kids.
We got the kids.
Not in that particular order.
No. It's been cool though. Has it kind of rekindled things? You feel like a bit, or has it been the same?
There's always been kindled.
There's always kindling on the fire. Yeah. Sometimes we have to put a little bit more, add a little more every now and then. But I mean, we've been married for 21 years.
But he would leave for a long time, and maybe you wouldn't go all the time.
He's never left that long. No. We always had this thing about being apart no more than 3 days, and we've broken that a couple times because you've been on a movie set or for some other reason. But
I've logged a lot of hours
on
an airplane back and forth. Yeah, because
making sure that you were back home.
Yeah, because when the kids, certainly when all 3 of the kids were in school, there's only one in high school now that's at home. But when all 3 of the kids were in school, I would try to leave as late as possible, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and be back at like 1 or 2 in the morning, so I could be there for school and try not to miss anything. I think probably over the 20 years that we've had kids, I may have missed on one hand things that I've missed, plays, ball games, all kinds of things, parent-teacher meetings.
But it's fun to be out there together. I will say it does, to get to perform with my husband on stage and the way that we do, we don't take it for granted. It's pretty special, honestly.
Yeah, it is for us.